Okay, everyone, I'm Texas Paul, and here I am entering the Whispering Pines 18 tourney. Great golf course. It's modeled after a real golf course in Texas, here in Texas, north of Houston, and I highly recommend everybody check out their website. A lot of the things that they say in some of their flyovers over their holes are applicable to the game. Again, I'm Texas Paul, and I have a website that I'm building for this game called ultimategolf.site, S-I-T-E. So here we go, hole 1. You'll see my driver is a Fusion 2. It's got a really good accuracy, I think accuracy of 70 or high 60s. So a lot of times you'll see me overpowering the drive. It's nice to be close to the green, or to make it in 2 on par 5s. So here I am, overpower, little curl, and a great left. Will we make the fairway? Yes, just barely. And looking pretty good for the second shot. Here on the second shot, you can see there's a hill right before the green. And occasionally you'll get just the right hill to where you can aim for a certain spot on the curve of the hill where no matter where you hit, it's going to be heading towards the hole. That's a real nice place to be in, and you know, then you can use your side spin, your top spin, your back spin to get to the hole from anywhere on a slope, you know, depending on your wind. So if you're off a little on your wind adjustment, you still end up in a great place and maybe, you know, chipping in. So here we go. Taking a look at this guy. And one of the things that I would say I've struggled with in this game is adjusting how much additional distance I'm going to get based on the wind. Not in where you land so much, but more about how much more the ball will roll. So you can see there I went way past the hole, 3.3 yards, but easy to pick up the birdie. Real nice thing about this game, if you get disconnected like I did here, it just will pick up when it comes back. Look at that, boom, everybody took a shot while my internet got a little flaky, but hey, I'm back, and now I can continue on with the game. And voila, one hole down, and we have a birdie. Good start. Now we're on to hole 2 with the first par 5. If I was really serious about this game, I would probably be customizing my clubs for each hole. You know, this is a good example. If you had a club with some distance and a lot of curl, you'd probably want to use that. You know, especially combined with a ball that's got some extra power and also lots of topspin. See, I don't have much curl with this club, but I went ahead and used it, trying to make it just over that perfect. Landed right on the edge of the fairway and rolled across. Stop, 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 stop. Look at that. Right on the edge of the fairway on the other side, which puts us in a great place to make the green in 2. In fact, look at that. We're using a long iron to make the green in 2. So, pretty good place to be. On the other hand, great left. Still ended up on the right, but didn't get the distance that I thought I was going to get with the wind, and we're a good little distance away, but still not too far to be able to convert this eagle. And there it is. So that's 2 holes, 1 birdie, 1 eagle. Now we're on to the first par 3 on this golf course. And this hole is a little tough because you're really in between clubs. Again, if I was getting serious about this game, I'd probably come with a different wood right here. You need a shorter, more accurate wood is what you'd really want. Or maybe you could do something with a longer, you know, long iron. But I think a shorter wood would be best. But instead, hey, you know, just in the rookie division, just playing this for fun. And so I'm going to go there. Yeah, there's some wind pushing me forward, but I'm going to underpower my shot. And hopefully we'll end up in a good place. But nope, we're going too far. But luckily the backspin does us some justice and we don't end up too bad a shape. Just a hair under 9 yards away from the hole. There we go, 9 yards on the hill. Roll, and drop. So, 3 holes, -4. On to hole 4, par 4. I really do like these flyovers, especially that they're showing shots in progress as they're doing the flyover. It's a really nice touch on this game. So here we go. You can see dog legs to the right. There's we've got some wind taking us forward and to the left. Roll right onto that thinner area of the fairway. In a pretty good place. 301 yards. I consider it a great tourney if you can have a 1 par 4 you convert for eagle. You know, just sometime 1 extra stroke. That's usually a great place to be. I thought here, where I have a short iron, my short iron, the Spectre, has a lot of backspin, Spectre 4. I thought, you know, this might be the one. It's a really cool thing too. I love it, absolutely love it when you watch the ball bounce right over the hole and then whoop, spin back and come back to it. It's just a great thing. And here we go, bounce, spin back, and oh, just missed. But hey, easy birdie. And there we go, 4 holes down, 5 under par. So, on to the 5th hole. Par 5, water on the left. There's a piece of me that wants to go visit this golf course. It really looks nice in the game. And, I mean, I'm not a golfer in real life, but it's not that crazy far away. I think it's like 3 hours. It's on the way to the beach, so. So, overpower the first shot, lots of topspin. Get some good distance. 291, that might be enough, right? There we are with the wood. That's really kind of a tough green right there. As you come into the green, the fairway's to the right. It might have been a good idea to head for the right side of the fairway with that first shot. Might have been a much better place. Instead, I decide that I want to use my long iron. Bounce onto that green. Here again is one of those places where, you know, if you were using just the club you needed for a specific hole, might have came with a long iron with a little more curl. So we end up not quite making the green, giving us a good opportunity to chip for an eagle. And again, I think in a tourney you should really be wanting to eagle every par 5 and birdie every other hole. And if you do that, you're probably in good shape. And we chipped it right into the hole. Boom, eagle. So now we're 5 holes in, 7 under par. Pretty good place to be so far. Let's see if we hold. Here's hole 6, par 4. Now this is a really interesting hole. This is one of those rare places where I honestly think that you want to end up in the rough. I played this hole in normal tour play and hitting out of the rough, you know, with a Ninja is the Ninja I'm using. Anyway, but don't end up there accidentally. Really did mean to clear that rough right there, but got a rough bump, ended up on the fairway. Still a good place to be. Because hey, that's not a bad shot at eagle on this par 4. So to be safe, use a little left spin. I really like to use top spin with my wedge. Ideally, to me, a great wedge is a club that has some pretty good shot view and plenty of top spin. Because, you know, if you get a lot of top spin on your wedge, then you're aiming further back and the wind has less opportunity to move that ball. So top spin for the chip in. That's a nice little saying. And oh, I hit the pin. Oh, so sad. Didn't get it there. But got the birdie. So not a bad hole. Could have been better. So now we are 6 holes in, 8 under par. Looking pretty good still. Hole 7, par 4. We might end up on that short part of the fairway, but probably not with that wind coming back at us and taking us left. Let's find out. Hit great left. If we weren't using a driver with a lot of accuracy, we would have probably ended up off of the fairway. But not bad. This is kind of a tricky shot because of the placement of that bunker in front of the green. Another nice thing about this game is that they actually use a lot of these courses. They have different placement, of course, of where they can put the flags, the holes, and this game does that. I think it's the only golf game I've ever seen that does. Most golf games, it's just, you know, hey, here's where you are. So little less than full power, and we still went long, really long, but hey, still on the green, 9.5 yards away. Pretty flat looking green. Let's see if we can sink this putt. There it goes, looking pretty good. And she drops for the birdie. Seven holes, 9 under par. Hole 8, a par 3. Kind of tricky. The wind's taking us to the left. Flag placement is at the upper right corner with a bunker between, well, 2 bunkers really, between you and the pin in front of that green. Not such a great place to be. I don't think there's any really good way to get a hole-in-one on this hole. Unless maybe you're using a long iron there with a whole lot of curl, maybe. And yeah, I mean, you could go for the rough bump, I suppose. I don't really have the right club here, but it'll get me on the green and in good shape to get a birdie. 7 yards away on that flat upper area of the green, and pretty straightforward putt for the bird. So there we go, 8 holes in, 10 under par, still looking pretty good. Here we are on to hole 9, another par 4. Kind of a thin fairway up there. Wind is taking us to the right, and don't really need all that much right spin because the wind's going to help us. It actually looks like you're better off being on the left-hand side of the fairway. It's a little bit better approach at the pin. Except we hit a great right, and because of the accuracy of the fusion, no, wasn't enough. We end up in the rough. Tantalizing little shot. Almost still got fairway. Not such a great place to be here.
It's 12 o'clock.
But hey, time to get lucky. Not far away from the hole at all. Easy putt for another birdie on a par 4. There she sits. On to the back 9, starting with a par 4 here. Didn't quite hit that one perfect, but we're still on the fairway. Going to be a little bit of a tough approach. Going over all that rough, or right along the edge of that rough. But hey, we're in short iron territory, so for my short iron, my general short iron, Spectra 4 has a lot of backspin. So you can really use that to go straight for the pin almost. Dial it in, not quite. Still close. Easy, easy green, and easy bird right here. So there's par 4, hole 10 on Whispering Pines. Another birdie. So now we're 10 holes in, 12 strokes under par. Looking good again. Hole 11. We've got the wind in our favor, taking us a little left and further towards the pin. Let's see if we can get close. Maybe, just maybe, find that elusive par 4 eagle. Shot. Let's roll. too far away. And there we go. Here's our shot. Chip in with a wedge. No really nice place on that hill. But you can't win them all, right? So we'll just have to pick our place. Under a yard. So, yet another par 4 birdie. That's hole 11. 13 strokes under par. Still in good shape. Now we come to hole 12, another par 5. See if we can turn this into an eagle. It's a long par 5. And the wind is not our friend on this first shot. .276. Nasty wind. Second shot. Looks like we can get there. The wind's not so bad. That sure is a narrow fairway though. It's really tempting on this one to aim a little further back and plan to roll onto the green. That's definitely one way you could play it. I'm not doing that here. I'm going more after the bounce and stay close. Hit great right. That was close enough. It might have been albatross if I had hit that ultimate shot. As it stands, 3 yards. Pretty easy shot for the eagle. There we go. 12 holes, 15 under par. So let's go on to the 13th hole now. Par 4. Not exceptionally long, not exceptionally hard. Doesn't look too bad. A lot of wind against us on this shot. We get it? Not enough. But I mentioned that I just haven't been able to dial it in my head how headwind and tailwind are affecting how much that ball rolls once it hits the green. And drop. Another par 4 birdie. So that's hole 13. We're now 16 under par. Still looking pretty decent. This is an interesting hole. You can go, depending on the wind, it might be possible to get really, really close to that green. Unfortunately here, we've got some wind dragging us left. Not exactly conducive to making it really far, but we'll skip right past that tree. And will we make the hill? Yes, just to the top. Just a little more, maybe would have rolled down. Classic. Of course, I'm going to look for a place where I can try to use the hill to my advantage. It really doesn't look like it exists. Everything's really taking you away from the hole instead of coming to the hole from multiple directions. That's unfortunate. Really just gotta pick a place. Don't like the backside of the hill either. Top of the hill's not too special. We'll apply some backspin and find somewhere stable up top. Oh, just missed it again. But hey, just a little over a yard away. Easy putt for the par 4 birdie. So, 14 holes, 17 under par. It's looking pretty good. You know, at this point, I was looking at the leaderboard thinking, you know, if I just birdie out, I'm in good shape. I got a little conservative with my shots here. Here's hole 15. My long iron's just not going far enough. I don't want to hit that shot and have to overpower just to make sure I stay on the green. So, I really don't want the ball with extra distance. Go back to a standard ball. Just as little as I can. On top of that, we're going to underpower the shot a little in the hopes of maybe, just maybe getting a hole in one, but not quite gonna get. But hey, par 3, 2 yards away. Easy putt for another birdie. 15 holes, 18 under par. Here's a par 3 again. Really, really tough placement of that pin on this par 3. It's a short par 3. You're coming at it with a wedge here. And unfortunately, again, if I was serious, I would definitely be using a different wedge for this shot. This is screaming, you want something with a lot more backspin. Instead, I don't want to aim too far, it gets more wrong with my wind adjustment. Let's see if we can. Roll a little long, 3.5 yards though. Not a hard putt. For the bird. So, done with that one. 16 holes, 19 under par, 2 holes left, and it's looking pretty good. Hole 17, this is the last par 5. Wind is not our friend on this hole. But if somehow I could make it there and sink an eagle on this, I'll be in extremely good shape. It is a long par 5. I don't like that tree between the 2 sections of fairway. It definitely looks like it might interfere with what you can do on your second shot. You should give that some thought. I had thought taking this shot that I wanted to be to the right, but maybe aiming for the left edge of the fairway would have been a whole lot smarter. On the other hand, hey, we're hitting it right over the tree. If we had a little more distance though, if the wind wouldn't have been against us on that first shot, that might have been really ugly. So here we go. Trying to make the green, wind against us. A lot of topspin, use a little left spin, so maybe even if we just got on the green, we'd be in good shape. Maybe. Here we go, overpower the wood. Great left, and oh, not meant to be. So, unfortunately, this last par 5, our eagle shot is out of the sand. Maybe, just maybe, you never know what you can do. Incidentally, this is an interesting little bug in the game. Every once in a while I've seen this happen on iPad. I don't know if it happens on all platforms, but definitely I lose the shot view sometimes. And, oh, I just missed it. Can't win them all. 2 yards for a bird. I think, to me, this is my one flaw on this tourney, was not getting this eagle right here. So, again, I like to get eagles on all the par 5s, get birdies on everything else. An exceptional hole is if you get, a par 4 eagle, or maybe even a par 5 albatross. Those would be nice. Or a hole in one, of course, on a par 3. Bad hole to me is one like the one that I just had, where you a par 5 and you only got a birdie, or par 3 or 4 where you end up with par. Look at that beautiful shot. You just can't ask for better than that. This is a very tricky hole. This hole, they talk about a lot. Again, I strongly suggest everybody find the website for this for this course, Whispering Pines, north of Houston, Texas. They really talk about this hole. They consider this a false front, as I recall. And but basically, if you're short on this hole, there's a good chance you're going to end up rolling all the way back down into the water, on the real course. So I gave it a little overpower, and that really, I didn't think it was going to be enough, but it was just enough. It didn't roll back too far. Still a little ways to go for the birdie. Not too bad though. And there it goes, sunk it. There's the tourney. 18 holes, 21 under par. I'm sitting in third now with, as I record this, there's a day left.